Welcome back to another Pokemon Throwback Thursday, where every Thursday morning we take a deep dive into a vintage set. We are going in complete order, so the set we are checking out today is Noble Victories. And then of course we're going to be checking some more banger products from sets that are Sun and Moon and older. But before we get started, we do have to give a big thanks to our video sponsor real quick, and that is Punch-Out Gaming. Punch-Out Gaming is my local game store, and it's the #1 game store in all of Minnesota. I've actually been in them all. So definitely check them out. They're only located 30 minutes north of the Twin Cities, and I'll have all the links in the description. But all right, let's get into it. So if you guys did not watch last week's Throwback Thursday, make sure you do, because we go over the worst set in Pokemon history. Now this set is definitely an upgrade for sure. It's 101 cards plus 1 secret rare. Came out November 16th, 2011. Black and white Noble Victories. We got a little bit better Pokemon in here. You know, we got Victini and Virizion and stuff. Now Emerging Powers literally had 2 full arts and that was it. This set has 4 full art Pokemon and 1 full art trainer. And then it has a secret rare Meowth, which is pretty sweet. So we're going to hop to Pokedata here. The full art N looks like it's the most expensive raw. As you guys know, we just had, you know, Pokemon cards with N in it again. It says 157 raw. The full art Victini says $63 raw. Now, when it says that, it's kind of just like your average price. This Victini is going absolutely crazy because there's a new Japanese card, just like this Victini here. Then we have the secret rare Meowth. And then we got the trio here. We got the full art Cobalion, the Terrakion, and the Virizion. Very nice looking cards. Now we're going to hop to eBay and see what these are going for. We got the Terrakion full art, $40. We got a PSA 10 Victini, $3,000 of best offer accepted, which we're going to check here in a minute to get the real price. We got another raw Victini at $187. That's what I'm saying. The Victini raw just keeps going up and up and up. But then here we got the N full art, so for $280. Another Victini at $109, $105. Cobalion at $60, Victini at $160, Terrakion at $50. We got a PSA 9 Victini at $300, raw Victini at $60, and we got a PSA 9 N at $320, Virizion at $32, Terrakion at $49, another N at $232. We got a PSA 9 Terrakion at $99. Next, we have the PSA 10 last sold for the Virizion is $528. Next, we have the Terrakion at $599. And these cards do have pretty low pops. And remember, Alt, the website can definitely be off a little bit on the pops, but still, it's very low. Next, we have the Cobalion. I can't find any recent sales, but there is one available for $1,649, which it definitely will not sell for that. And then we have the Meowth here. Last sold $750 in a 10. $600 before that, $535 before that. Pretty cool Meowth card. And then we have the N card. Last sold $1,100 in a 10. Then we got that 9 at $320. Now for the big boy, we got the Victini. Last sold $2,000 in a 10, and then before that $1,800 and $1,680. I really like these full arts with the nice solid color like this, because then to me it goes with the original white full art card and the black one and the silver one. You know, this is the original red one. Next, we have Noble Victories booster packs. Last sold $95, $90, $94, $85, $95, $63, $100, $74. And then we have the booster box. Last sold on eBay May 9th, 2025. Sold for $4,788. And with the N and Victini going crazy, I could see this going up even a little higher. Next, we are checking out all of the XY booster boxes. So here's XY base set. So this was $945 in February of 2024. Now last sold $32, $31, $28, $33, $26. But that's what I'm saying. You know, if everybody's just sitting here waiting for like just the new Scarlet and Violet era booster boxes, we could have been making crazy plays with the stuff that's a little bit older, like XY, Sun and Moon. That's why I love to talk about this stuff. All right, next we have Flashfire. Last sold on eBay is $6,499. There is a dent on the top right corner, but still looks decent. There's no information on Pokedata. Next we have Furious Fists. Same thing, this was $1,000 in May of 2024. Now last sold $3,200, $3,400, $3,355, $33, $24, $25. Next, we have Phantom Forces, one of the best sets in the X and Y era. Has some crazy Gengar cards. This was $2,500 in September of 2024. Now last sold $6,500, $5,000, $42, $49, $35, $35, $35. Next, we have Primal Clash booster box. This one was very cheap, $600. I talked about this box so many different times. Now last sold $2,500, $1,950, $1,800, $2,165, $1,975, and $2,250. Next, we have Roaring Skies booster box. This was another very affordable one. Not the best set, but got some awesome mascots for sure and a couple nice cards. This was $680 in September of 2024. Now last sold 2000, 1800, 1900, 1600, 1800, and 1500. Next, we have the Ancient Origins booster box. Last sold on eBay is $4,450. This box was also very affordable, like $800 to $1,200 when I was talking about it. Next, we have the Breakthrough booster box. Love this set, Mewtwo set. I have a decent amount of these. This was a $750 set in August of 2024. Now last sold 1976, 2250, 2000, 1800, and 1600. Next, we have XY Breakpoint. Last sold 500, 950, 950, 1049, 900, 975. So, I mean, compared to the rest, still very affordable. And even if we go back like September 2024, it was selling for $689. So it really hasn't gone up too much. All right, next we have the Fates Collide booster box. This was $580 in September of 2024. Now last sold 1800, 1575, 1600, 1600, 1500. Next we have the Steam Siege booster box. Now this is definitely one of the worst sets in the entire X and Y era. It still has a very nice Gardevoir card. I really like those secret rare cards and the Volcanion. Very nice cards. But this was $350 in November of 2024. Now that sold 1,062, 925, 900, 1,000, 825. So just went up in price. So even the worst set is still almost $1,000 a booster box. Now a lot of people will say Steam Siege is the worst set ever created, but it's definitely Black and White Emerging Powers. Steam Siege is so much better than that. And last on the list, XY Evolutions. Now if you guys do not know about this set, XY Evolutions, you know, there's some decent cards for sure. It's not my favorite set at all. But we got the Mega Charizard Blastoise Venusaur, and then we got the reprint of Charizard from base set in Holo and Reverse Holo, which if you get them in a 10, they are worth so much money because the print quality was so bad. And it's literally probably the longest printing set. So this was $750 in July of 2024. Got up to $1,300. Now last sold 1,113, 1,275. This one says $350 here. That cannot be correct. We got another set at $825, which probably isn't right. Because before that, it was at $17, $13, $12, $550, $500, $900, $1,100. So there's a lot of weird sales on here for sure. You got to be careful. There's a lot of fake booster boxes out there. But I'm a really big fan of the XY era. Let me know down below your guys' favorite XY set. If I had to choose one set from XY, man, it'd be tough. I want to say it's Breakthrough, but I know it's definitely not the best set. I think it's just a super fun set. I want to say Ancient Origins is just so cool, having those trios of the Kyogre, Groudon, and Rayquaza. Roaring Skies is alright. Primal Clash is solid, but I like Ancient Origins better. Phantom Forces is a crazy set, but I'm not obsessed with Gengar or anything. Then we got Furious Fists, nothing too crazy in there. We got Flashfire, which is the Charizard set, but to be honest, there's not a lot of cards in there that I'm obsessed with. So even though it's the most expensive, it's not my favorite. Then we got XY base set. So yeah, I would say my two favorites is probably Breakthrough and Ancient Origins. And there's another super cool thing about the XY era is there's a lot of ETBs that are actually worth more than the booster boxes because they were still so new. I mean, they're some of the first ETBs ever because we got them at the very end of Black and White, and then it goes right into X and Y. There's a lot of very expensive ETBs, which we will be checking next week for sure. But yeah, it's just so crazy to look at the prices from just literally not even a year ago to now, and they've all doubled at least. It's just crazy for some of these sets. But all right, that was today's video. And like I said, please let me know down below your guys' favorite XY set. I'd love to know that stuff. And then too, I am recording this a little bit early because I'm going to Tampa Bay, Florida for Card Party. If you guys do not know what Card Party is, it's literally the best card show I've ever been to. There's gonna be like 1,000 tables they're vending, and they have all the biggest Pokemon YouTubers come. They'll be walking around shopping and stuff. So if you guys are coming to Card Party, come find me and we'll go shop for some cards. But for my following Friday, I have to record that the day before, so it's as up to date as possible. So I'll record that when I get to Florida, and then I'll have my Saturday video ready, which is my vending video, and then I'll have my Sunday video ready. But then I am going to record my Market Monday at Card Party, which is going to be a super cool video. And then I'm going to record my What If Wednesday at Card Party also. And then I'm also going to record a standalone video at Card Party. So make sure you check those out. And then, of course, if you guys like this content, please make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell, leave a like and comment. You can check out my Instagram, my TikTok, or my YouTube membership. It's only 99 cents a month. But all right, I want you guys to have a great day. And if you want to watch my last Pokemon What If Wednesday, click this video here. Otherwise, we'll see you next time.